Very true. The magic.
Well, friends, day 2, the magic rock. Can you see? So the author has placed books, knowledge, all shining, and along with that, it has kept the magic rock. This magic rock is just like a deity.
Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has plenty, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. Charles Dickens, 19th century writer.
In the beginning of working with these practices, it takes concentrated days in a row to make gratitude a habit. Anything that reminds you to be grateful is helping turn your life into gold with gratitude. And that's exactly what this magical practice is about. Lee Brower presented this gratitude rock practice in The Secret Filmen book, when he told us the story of the father of a dying child who used a gratitude rock to be grateful for his son's health, and his son made a miraculous recovery. Since then, the gratitude rock has been a proven success with many people the world over who have used it for money, healing and happiness. First, find a rock or a stone. Choose a small size that fits in the palm of your hand and that you can close your fingers around. Choose a rock that is smooth, without sharp edges, not too weighty, and that feels really good in your hand when you hold it. You may even have a precious rock or stone already that you can use as your magic rock. When you have found your magic rock, put it by your bedside in a place where you will definitely see it when you go to bed. Clear some space if necessary so that you can easily see your magic rock. If you use an alarm clock, put it next to that. Tonight, just before you get into bed to go to sleep, pick up your magic rock, hold it in the palm of one hand, and close your fingers around it. Think back carefully through all the good things that happened during the day and find the best thing that happened that you're grateful for. Then say the magic words, "Thank you," for the best thing that happened.
So, and this magic rock is just like when you place the stone, and it is just like a deity. You keep there and you put lot of life into it. how to put, when you hold it, you start thinking of the things which happened, the good things that happened in your life. I have been using this magic rock for some time. Just a moment. I will.
Return the magic rock to its place by your bed, and that's it. Every night for the next 26 days, follow the same magic rock practice. Before you go to sleep, think back through the day and find the best thing that happened that day. While holding your magic rock in your hand, be as grateful as you can be for that thing and say thank you. Using a rock seems like such a simple thing to do, but through this practice you will see magical things begin to happen in your life. When you look for the best thing that happened during the day, you will search through many good things that happened, and in the process of searching and then deciding on the best one, you are actually thinking of many things you're grateful for. You will also be ensuring that you go to sleep and wake up in gratitude each day. The Count Your Blessings and Magic Rock practices will ensure that you begin and end your days in a state of gratitude. In fact, they are so powerful that together they would change your life in a few months. But this audiobook is designed to change your life really fast through an abundance of magical practices. Because gratitude is magnetic and attracts more things to be grateful for, the concentration of gratitude over 28 days will intensify the magnetic force of your gratitude. When you have a strong magnetic force of gratitude, like magic, you automatically magnetize everything you want and need to you.
So, if you see this, this is the magic rock which I have. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So, and I have got another small version, and I'm using this for last 2 months now, and it looks like nothing. I mean, it's just an ordinary stone. But when I hold it and just think of something good that happened in my life. Initially, I started with deliberately thinking something good in my life. And after some time, it became a second nature. And whenever I use it for anything, I mean, I keep it, I start thinking good. It has become it's a second nature. And thank you, Dr. Rajshri, Dr. Neeta ma'am, for joining. So would you like to share something at this stage? The last 2-3 days? Yesterday, I had to go for a chemotherapy, so I had to delay my family's.
It's okay, sir. I missed yesterday's
Yes.
session,
Yes.
but yeah, I have to get into habit.
Yes.
जैसे आपने कहा ना, शुरू में स्ट्रगल है, शुरू में सोचना भी पड़ता है कि किस चीज के लिए थैंक यू करना है. I think I will.
Okay, we will do another practice just now.
Yes.
We say just the magic word thank you. So thank you, 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 thank you. Just a minute. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gradually, you thank the universe for the beautiful morning, for the wonderful air, for the wonderful sunlight. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being so much happiness around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful living in 21st century, and thank you for the so many good things around us. Thank you for the mobile. Thank you for all the good things around us. Thank you for the flights. Thank you for the artificial intelligence. Thank you for everything that is happening around. Thank you for our hospital. Thank you for the department. Thank you for the people in our department. Thank you for the wonderful work they are doing. Thank you for the help they are giving. Thank you for your principal. Thank you for the great work he is doing. Thank you for the wonderful building you are living in. Thank you for your room. Thank you for the patients. Everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we thank ourselves. So this exercise makes us thankfulness personified. Gradually, and from our mind, it goes into our system. And we start radiating thankfulness.
Be sure to listen to tomorrow's magical practice sometime today, as you will need to gather photographs of 3 people who are very close to you before you begin.
So, just as I
Recap of the Magic Rock practice.
Find a magic rock and put it by your bedside. Before going to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in your hand and think of the best thing that happened today. Say the magic words "thank you" for the best thing that happened today. Repeat the magic rock practice every night for the next 26 days. And remember to count your blessings every morning. Make a list of 10 blessings, write why you're grateful, reread your list, and at the end of each blessing say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can.
So, Dr. Mahajan, thank you for joining.
Good morning, sir. Thank you very much.
So, would you like to share something?
Actually, I think this whatever the recordings and all which you're saying, actually I do which we have like today if I've attended the session, I again on a repeat mode I do listen to it and all. because I sometimes feel that maybe you tend to leave a point somewhere or something like that. So I said, let me listen once again and hear it. And I noticed that with every like when I re-listen to it also, I come to know something more further new things. You know, okay, this is the manner it has to be done. Especially how the blessings have to be written, you know, how the things have to be actually mentioned. So sometimes we tend to do it a little bit our way and all.
Doesn't matter. I mean, always there's no right. This is not an exam. You can do it in any way. And I have also shared another workbook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw that. Yes.
You just have to fill in the blanks. Day by it is divided. It is 109 pages, and you just have to for every day instructions are written, and you can just read it, and just the way it is written, you just do the fill in the blanks for every day. So it is. I'll just see if I have this. So thank you, Dr.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was a yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Dr. Thiru Venkatam, where do you come from? Hello? We can't hear you. I think you are muted. Or something. There is some problem in your. You can just type in the chat box. This magic stone which I have, it is, and I have another one. This is a smaller one. So I keep both. But generally, I find this one very useful because this is for last 2 months and this one is recent. So for the medical students, in a demanding world of medical studies, healthcare practices in India, maintaining a positive outlook and prioritizing health are crucial for success and well-being. The Magic book by Rhonda Byrne offers invaluable insights and practices that resonate deeply with MBBS students. So on grade day 2, the Magic emphasizes the profound impact of expressing gratitude for health. So the core concept is to be thankful for the well-being of one's body, mind, and overall vitality. By appreciating one's health, individuals can open the door to enhanced wellness and vitality. There is a definite mind-body connection. I mean, yesterday I had mentioned the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who is a who was a plastic surgeon, and he created the science of psycho-cybernetics, that human mind is like a computer and there is a connection. So medical studies emphasize the intricate relationship between physical and mental health. MBBS students can incorporate gratitude for their body's resilience and vitality, fostering an understanding of the mind-body connection. Self-care, burnout prevention. The healthcare often face burnout due to demanding schedules. Expressing gratitude for their own well-being can serve as a reminder to prioritize self-care and seek a healthy work-life balance. Patient care, gratitude for one's health can extend into gratitude for opportunity to serve patients. If we serve patients with gratitude, it will really be helpful. The mindset can enhance empathy and compassion, driving health professionals to provide holistic care. Prevention and lifestyle. Expressing gratitude for health can motivate individuals to make healthier lifestyle choices and contributing to disease prevention and overall well-being. Resilience and challenges. In the field where unexpected challenges arise, gratitude for health can strengthen resilience, enabling health professionals to navigate adversity with a positive mindset. We can integrate gratitude for our physical and mental health into our study routines, recognizing the importance of healthy body, mind, and effective learning. A patient-centered approach towards gratitude for their health by adopting a patient-centered approach, considering patients' well-being and preferences in their treatment plans. And a holistic approach expressing gratitude for health can inspire health professionals to promote holistic wellness, addressing not only physical ailments but also emotional and mental well-being. Stress management, incorporating gratitude practices, can aid in stress management for both MBBS and health professionals, promoting a more positive response to health challenges. Empathy in practice. By being grateful for health professionals can better empathize with patient struggles, enhancing and patient-provider relationship. So this is it. The MAGIC offers MBBS students and health professionals in India a transformative perspective on health and well-being. Gratitude for health serves as a powerful foundation for fostering positivity and resilience and compassion within the medical field. By integrating these concepts into their daily lives, medical professionals can contribute to a more balanced, patient-centered, and fulfilling journey in the healthcare arena while nurturing their own health and vitality. So, this was it. In the way the medical science it has become so sophisticated and that there is a burnout syndrome, a phenomena known as traumatic de-idealization is there in our medical students. I mean, they are very idealistic at the beginning, but later on, by the time they reach final year, they become de-idealized. This de-idealization is something which is causing all the problems. So, anybody would like to say something at this stage?
I do feel what you're saying is pretty true because I notice that the students right now, means I don't know how completely I'm true, but they don't have like an ideal, or somebody whom they can worship, or they can think, okay, this person is our mentor, and we can derive a lot of things from this person as such. One is this aspect. The other aspect is they don't have the burning desire. So I feel like sometimes the issue lies on both the ends. Maybe somewhere where we are also failing, and we are
Yes.
not kind of, putting a little extra effort, to make them understand what it means to be a clinician, as well as,
Yes.
like, I mean, how it is, okay, if they are not trying, we may also say, okay, forget it, it's not my botheration. They don't want to study. They don't want to do. Maybe we are going this kind of mode also, so why should I take so much pain? So I feel if this aspect also a little bit, we tend to be considerate, and if we also put in little efforts, there definitely could be a change. Somewhere by little daily doing our extra efforts, I feel the student also will bring about a change. Of course, I know it may not be immediate because of their training of so many years and how they have been, kind of studying their studies and all. So it's not like a one-day process where, you tell something, you do something, and the change may occur. But I think it's a very gradual process. But I guess both ways it should be. I think they need to be also realized, they have to be made realize what it really means to be a clinician. What happens, sir, sometimes I notice that if they say the doctor, whoever the treating doctor or anybody, maybe as a faculty only, they themselves are not interested, how they will derive even some, what do you say, goodness from somebody, or they learn, how they can learn something from somebody. Like I used to understand, like, my gurus were stalwarts. And like till now, means it was like,
Yes.
oh my God, what they are. So whatever has been taught to me, I don't even tend to digress from that. So this is what I wanted to share. So yes, and I had noticed that during my gurus also, that they were really working for the patients. How much ever they were like tired or whatever it is, but they were working for the well-being of the patients. So it is, and because I have seen that doing, even how much ever great they were or whatever it is, I said, no, this is how it is and it has to be done, so this is what I feel, sir, and I am, but since I have learned it in that manner, I feel I am tend to deliver also in that manner, but yes, nowadays extra efforts needs to be taken also, that is also.
Yes. I mean, actually, it is a global phenomenon. So, anybody else would like to say something? And most importantly, we need to be thankful to ourselves first. We have spent so much life, we don't love ourselves. I mean, there is when you along the way, there is a mirror exercise, and there is an exercise in this gratitude book, and that you stand in front of this mirror and say, "I love you." Say, I love you to yourself. In your mobile, bring your own photograph and say, "I love you," and you thank yourself. That is also there. People have so much of self-criticism going on that even that needs to be cleaned up. I mean, I can think if the whole if gratitude practice is included in the medical students, it will bring $1 trillion of increase in GDP if you just have to increase in. So we'll just see another video. This is by Dr. Russell D'Souza. He is a professor of psychological medicine and in Australia, and he is the chairman of the UNESCO Bioethics Chair. Almost for 5 years, we have taken organized classes for UNESCO and the bioethics. And in this, he explains the scientific basis of caring and I mean, it is really an eye-opening.
Receptivity and responsibility, and we'll try to to take you from the area of receptivity and responsibility to the science of compassion. Okay, the next slide, Sanjay. Well, um, the crux on the understanding, the ethics of caring comes from understanding that a caring doctor or a healthcare provider in clinical practice has two important attributes that is demonstrated. One is receptivity and the other is responsibility. Now, receptivity, when we take receptivity, we see that what we refer to is when a healthcare provider is responsive, he or she listens to their patients with empathy and compassion. And a responsible doctor then transforms these feelings from what we call receptivity to action, which ultimately leads to meeting the patient's specific requirements. Now, the studies that are available here in medical education will show you that most often, over 80 to 90% of the medical students come in to join the course high in compassion and empathy, and they are idealized, and that brings them to seek the training, which then the job of the teaching and training is to convert this receptivity to responsibility, from giving them a scientific understanding of how they will be responsible for the specific needs of their patients. So we see that in the ethics of caring, two important attributes are there. One is receptivity and the other is responsibility. Receptivity is which comprises of the empathy and compassion and the idealization that brings the potential healthcare provider to seek the education and training. Next slide. Okay, Sanjay, can we have the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Is it taking? Now, the ethics of caring has for long been discussed by philosophers, but more recently, it has gained importance in medical ethics and indeed medical education, because caring guides the doctor always to remain the advocate of the patient with empathy and compassion. And this becomes the basis for maintaining what is the most important attribute, the therapeutic alliance, or otherwise the therapeutic relationship. But this therapeutic alliance or relationship is also important because it becomes very important when one is dealing and attempting to resolve ethical dilemmas that one would face when it comes when in clinical practice. So this therapeutic alliance and relationship is important. Now, more recently, the studies have shown that this empathy and compassion that comes along, that in fact could be the attributes that bring the young healthcare provider to seek training, to get a scientific knowledge and understanding, to take part in the responsibility of caring for the specific needs of the patient, what we have been seeing more recently, or not for some time, both in the developed world as well as in the developing world, is that over the training, somewhere around the third to fourth year, there is a steep drop in empathy and compassion. And this has been measured on several studies. In fact, our journal had, about 2 years ago, had published from the International University in Malaysia a study that showed a looking at serial measuring of empathy on the Pittsburgh Empathy Scale. And what consistently has been shown that we somehow or the other, in the context of getting scientific knowledge and training, they lose the empathy that they already had when they started their training. And this is now termed as traumatic de-idealization. And this condition, now it has become an important aspect of every medical educator to look and seek at ways of bringing this medical education without the drop in the empathy and compassion that the students are rich and bring with them. So that is part of this whole ethics of caring. Next slide, please. And this is what I was saying, majority of students already come. And there's evidence now that they arrive on the wards idealistic, and all the observations confirms that the doctors or the medical student loses this intense receptivity to their patients during their training, or at least in the later half of, or the later portion of the training. And the implications from this is that medical training might actually fail to observe the receptivity, which is the empathy and compassion of the students that they bring with them at the beginning of their training. I refer to this term, traumatic de-idealization. And this itself is questioning the ethics of caring, because if we take empathy and compassion that brought the students to seek the scientific training and replace it with scientific training, then that itself is unethical, and that has been found to cause traumatic de-idealization. Next slide, Dr. Sanjay. So we go on to see that now we have developed exercises and others that in medical education that aim to foster receptivity in the students. That is, the feeling of empathy and compassion for patients. And then this, of course, further down, we also want to empower them with responsibility. And that responsibility refers or reflects the translation of their receptiveness, again with empathy and compassion, and converting that into action. And that is reflected in the responsibility for their patient and the specific requirements that each patient would require. Next slide, please. Now, so we've talked about this and about receptivity, which includes compassion and empathy. Now, so we see this as an important part of caring, and avoiding, stopping the traumatic de-idealization is an important issue in the ethics of caring, because empathy and compassion have to be the basis for which the science and the training is to be done. But one important area that I'd like to now move into is to discuss with all of you the science of compassion. What do we know about compassion today from the evidence we have? And I'm going to try and take you through and see whether we could have a better grounding on this important aspect, compassion. Now, decades of clinical research has focused a lot and shed light on the psychology of human suffering, right? But suffering, as unpleasant as it is, also has a bright side to which research has paid less attention, and that is compassion. And you will see now there is a lot more research and a lot more evidence, such as the CK Center in Stanford University, Duke University, and several universities are now giving a more importance, and we are learning and understanding much more here. So next slide. I'm going to be asking you to see how some questions to see what you think about some of the areas that I'm going to put forth to you. The good news is that there's a growing body of evidence about the benefits of compassion for health and well-being. And now we're talking about the practice of compassion, and is understood from empirical research and evidence. From the evidence we have, we now see that this compassion is as important for health as physical exercise and or a healthful diet. So from the research, empirical research that we will discuss now, we will see the evidence that compassion is as important for health as physical exercise and a healthful diet. Next slide. Let me ask you, what is compassion? Anyone would just like to be, like this to be a bit interactive. Who would like to tell us what you think is compassion?
Please raise your hands. Dr. Faiza Kamal, you have raised your hand. Can you unmute yourself? Dr. Sarosh.
Yes, Dr. Sarosh.
Please unmute yourself, Dr. Sarosh. She is unable to unmute herself.
Yes.
By some other means, not always treatment.
Right. So you showing okay. So you want to help that person. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Dr. Ashwin Kote.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, compassion is actually feeling the pain and probably suffering along with that individual.
Right.
Not be at that scale, but for example, trying to educate a child who is really from a very poor background, the kind of pain that he undergoes for not getting that, but trying to get it sorted by feeling that pain of being in.
Right. You're talking about actually wearing the shoes. Is that right?
Yes.
Wearing the shoe of the person, feeling. Yes. And
Dr. Adila Shahid. Adila Shahid.
As the emotional response when we perceive suffering, that means your ability to perceive of someone suffering, but it also involves an authentic desire to relieve that suffering, right? So compassion is defined as the emotional response when perceiving suffering, and it involves an authentic desire to relieve that suffering, to help that suffering. So all of you, where what we said was pretty much around this, but from a definition point, this would be the actual. So the very fact that you are empathy is defined by researchers. It's the emotional response of another person's feeling, right? It's what we know, or you might have heard of the mirror neurons, and it's an automatic mirroring of another's emotion, and this you might be aware of some of you become careful and illnesses. But altruism, on the other hand,
So can you okay, so so this was a small from the UNESCO bioethics chair that worldwide the doctors there is a need for increasing compassion, and there are certain because of paucity of time, I'm not showing you the whole video, but after this, Dr. Russell talks about certain chemicals being released in the brain, which are there, and these chemicals, he has, whenever we express compassion, whenever we do good, and this compassion, these chemicals in the brain, they are very good for health and important. And this is where, our medical students, this practice of gratitude, it brings all this. There is a scientific basis behind all this. And the more we express gratitude, the more we are healthy ourselves. Dr. Ilesh, thank you for joining. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Myself, Ilesh Kotecha, I am currently working as Associate Professor in Community Medicine Department and also holding a post of Convener, NMC Regional Center at MPSA Government Medical College, Jamnagar.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you have joined for the first time. We are on the second day, and you can see all the recordings. We will be putting them on YouTube by today evening, and also we will be. I have shared them on the WhatsApp group, and I will share them again.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So anybody else would like to say something? So once again, our gratitude mantra. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you for this universe. Thank you for the air. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the hospital. Thank you for the beautiful morning breeze, the cold breeze which is coming. Thank you. Thank you for the computers. Thank you for the Zoom meetings, which has made many things possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the all the abilities God has given us. Thank you to our feet, which take us around. Thank you to our knees. Thank you to our heart, which pumps and makes us. Thank you for the oxygen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So, with your magic rock, which you have to find a magic rock and hold it and think of all the good things and keep it under your pillow in the night, and you will see that this magic rock will start getting energized. It is a rock which is natural, which has seen the process of like in the river for thousands of years, and then it has become very smooth, and it has seen life. The universal intelligence has worked on it for thousands or even millions of years. So it has got, the more you think good things when you hold it, it will generate divine properties. And as Rhonda Byrne has said, that one of the patients, when this was kept, it is magic. Don't think about our qualification as medical student. It's something which happens. You can try it, and such things do happen. And we have to find this. There is some scientific basis also coming. Dr. Stansbury, would you like to say something? Sangeeta.
Just now only I joined, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, I don't know what exactly you're asking because.
Okay, no problem. Yes, and thank you for joining. At least because the earlier sessions you were very you were on time and you know what is going on. We are running the session on day 2 on Magic Rock, and we will be. We have said that we must find a magic rock. These 28 days, you keep this magic rock beside you and keep it under your pillow, and you will see wonderful things happening.
Yes, sir. From yesterday, I started keeping it, sir.
Thank you. So that's great. So I think we can end it now. It's 7:56, and you can all now leave for your institutions. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We are in the early days of this practice, and I'm sure in a few months' time this will spread all over India, and we will have a large number of magic book practitioners amongst the medical community.
Sir, the magic rock, it has to be kept under the bed, or it can be with us throughout the day.
I keep it in my car also. I keep it wherever I go. When I go long distance, I keep it in the car. And it's okay. That is up to you.
Thank you, sir.
It is something like putting, we keep Ganesha Murti, and it is, you infuse divine properties into a rock. So, yes, thank you.